Hi, this is your host Shubham Tiwari, and I welcome you to Education Plus, a show brought to you by Wonderpublish magazine, where we try to bring in institutional perspective to the discourse around education and, more importantly, education technology. Today's guest is an educationist, an academician, a teacher trainer, pro bono consultant when it comes to CSR and BPL projects and activities, and also the principal at Ramagya Group of Schools, Miss Aparna Magee. Welcome to Wonderpublish magazine.
Good evening. Thank you so much, Shubham. And it's a lot of introduction you said about me. Teacher, let me tell you, and a lifelong learner. So other things just happen by whatever we can do, we do our best. That's it.
Right. So you say that you're a teacher, basically. So can you tell us, how did you get into this? Why did you want to become a teacher? It's a rather boring question, but still.
Shivam, the first thing I want to tell you that if I'll tell you honestly that I never wanted to be a teacher. It was not my dream. Right. Okay. Yes, I always wanted to be nothing like that. This was the last thing in my mind, I think. And yes, I was very fond of teaching from childhood. Like what we used to do when we were children. We'll have a class with our young siblings and try and write on the doors, right, with a chalk and this thing and try to teach them. That is a different story. But I remember that from 6th class onwards, I wanted to become an IPS officer.
Oh. Yes. IPS, to be precise, not just any civil servant.
Yes, that's the thing. I'll tell you, there was a serial called Udan. I don't know anything about it. And there was this lady there. You remember that Lalita ji with that surf ed?
Yes, yes, I guess, yes. Yeah.
Right? Okay. She was the actress in that and her name was Kalyani Singh.
The
story was about how from a village, she became an IPS officer. I was so, that is the age when we get impressed by things. I was so impressed. She was my idol.
Right.
So impressed by her that my life from then onwards, I didn't do anything, but I just studied with one thing in focus, that I have to become an IPS officer. No IAS.
Right.
They used to tease me. What if they select you for IAS? When I'll say no. I used to say that. I was so impressed by her.
Yeah.
And struggle, and after that the life story there that really affected me. So I've grown up thinking that, and I came to Delhi after finishing my graduation in my hometown. So I didn't go anywhere to study much because I'm quite focused what I need to do. So I did my graduation. Then I came to Delhi I joined some classes for IAS and started preparing for my exams and gave my prelims and got through it. But then life, is sometimes take strange turns in your life. And some emotional this thing happened. Somebody very close to me,
right,
lady who meant like father, mother and everything. My mother's aunt she was, and she simply my father, I can tell you, was a politician because he's not an active politician anymore. And so she's the lady who was there at home.
What was the name of the lady?
She was, I used to call her Antu.
Okay. Wow.
Her name was Mariam.
Oh, Mariam. Nice.
Nice. Okay. So she used to be there. She was my mother's real aunt, like maternal aunt.
Right.
Like, you can say that Mossy.
Yeah. Understood. Yeah.
So she used to live with us and she used to take care of us.
Yeah.
So she passed away and I was very emotionally this thing and couldn't I was so depressed that I was very this thing. So everything stopped existing. So I missed my exams and my life took a different turn.
Okay.
And yes, I met a man and for that only. He said, okay, come on, let's. So he took care of me very well. He was, we knew each other for last 2.5 years. At that time.
Right.
So I got married.
Okay.
Right. And that changed my life's entire thing. So then I did not do anything because I wanted to stay with him. I felt very secure and happy with him. Right. That was so I thought, I won't do anything else because if I again go, he was after me that why don't you try again?
Yeah. Encouraging. Yeah.
Yes. Encouraging me. Most beautiful human being I've ever come across.
Wonderful.
So I said, no, I want to stay with you. If I become an IAS or IPS, then I'll have to go and work. I don't know in which village and what and all. I don't want to go. I was at home. My mother-in-law was a teacher.
Okay.
She's taught in Sofia Kota for 28 years.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
And so their teacher, during that time only, one of their senior teachers suddenly had to go because she was an army officer's wife, and a sudden transfer, so she had to go. So
Right.
the sister in Sophia, the sister principal, Sister Joannis was there at the time. She said, ask Aparna, because we had good terms, right?
Yeah.
She said, Aparna, will she come and help? Because I am a mathematics gold medalist.
Okay. Oh,
So
wow.
she said, will she come and this thing? So I said, why not? My mother-in-law said, Ki, Aparna, come. So I said, yes. I went, and then she gave me some exam papers to solve 11, 12 question papers, maths.
Right.
So whatever happened at the end of the day,
Yeah.
next day they called me to teach 11th and 12th maths and physics. So
Right.
just my teaching started. But honestly, next year when they had the proper PGT teacher, I continued working, and then I taught physics to 11th. Then I taught 6th, 7th, 8th maths.
Right.
And that's the most beautiful age that you get to know children. And the hero worship, or whatever you can call, you get from children.
Yes. They love teachers.
Innocent love and the pure love that you get from children. Nothing in the world compares to it. And I realized that this is what I'm passionate about, and this is what I always wanted to do. This is my destiny. I should have been a teacher from the very beginning.
Right. Wonderful. What a wonderful story.
Since that day. And so this was way back. I started teaching in 92, 93.
Okay.
And yes, so since then.
It's a wonderful story, ma'am.
I love it. I love being with children.
Right.
And see, if you can change one life also and direct them towards the right thing, I think you achieve something in your life. So
absolutely.
That's when you become a teacher. So
do you miss your children, your students?
A lot these days. Very much. Though we connect with each other and we connect on Zoom meetings, and we have lots of workshops, lot of discussions. And I try and involve the senior ones so that they are in touch with the junior ones. We do a lot of things like that.
Right.
That children are kept active, and we can do something. Right now, the 12th class children are going through such a bad phase in their life.
Yes, because they are
nowhere.
Formative, right? Yes, absolutely.
10th class still, they cancel, the exams have been cancelled. Right. And yes, we are making results, and we are in the process. The schools are now in a process, and I think the results will be announced in June sometime. And all we are working on it. CBSE has made a result committee, and the work is going on in that direction. So we started classes for them in 11th.
Okay.
Right? So the children don't sit idle. And
right, of course.
And as such, they are sitting at home. We are all in a lockdown, and even if it is not a lockdown, now we are so afraid that nobody is ready to move out of home easily. Shubham, the times are very difficult this time. The second wave is very bad. So we try and keep children active by doing different things with them, and try and use them like senior ones. We're trying to use them for something to do with the younger ones. So something is going on.
Right. So are you saying that parents, especially the young parents, who's just started sending their kids to schools, are they really scared? I mean, what's their mindset like nowadays?
Everybody's scared, Shubham, and still, I know that there's no vaccine for children.
Yeah.
Now in Russia and somewhere they have gone to 12 plus. Right. In India, we are still 18 plus.
18 plus, yes.
Things are happening. We have come to 18 plus. They've started from 12 plus now.
Correct.
So it is coming, but I think it's going to take time. And yes, parents are afraid because in Corona is very different.
Right.
We never thought it's going to cause such devastation, and so many lives are going to lose, because every second day we have some parent who is no more.
Yeah.
And some children are there who are losing their father or mother.
Yes, that's very sad. Yes.
It's a very sad situation, and we have to keep smiling during this, and we have to be there to support the child.
Correct.
So I think, yes, everybody is afraid right now to send children to schools and all, and they are not wrong in doing so.
Right.
So we have to hold each other's hands and and find the best solution of keeping on with education, keeping the children. We have to do this.
Absolutely, ma'am. And are you worried, speaking psychologically, when these kids, hear so many people are dying today, person died?
Yes, Shubham, worried, fine. But I wanted to tell you, our school is our USP. If you ask me, Ramagya School and the USP that I feel that what is there with Ramagya, it is our concern for physical activities. We are known for our sports and for our mental health programs.
All right.
we are very much into it. And I like a year before before this lockdown or anything like that happened, we have gone into total mental health for our children. And
Okay.
this Bal Sathi program in our school.
Bal Sathi.
In
Okay.
which is Bal Sathi, in
Right.
which we have, and we don't have one counselor or one special educator as per CBSE norm hona chahiye. That's why we do not have a counselor. We have an entire team of 5-6 counselors in the school.
Yeah.
Right. And we counsel every child. We are not the thought process that some complaint comes or some child, when teacher finds that the child is not responding well or something, only we counsel at the entire class.
Right.
It's a good session that a counselor has with a child, discussing things with them. So they have a period.
Right.
And then when a counselor talks to a child, and then she feels yet some children are very quiet. They are, and in the discussion process, they come up with something which they say. So then the counselors make the notes about it. Then starts the counseling for those children, right? So this is how we go about it. So I think that we need to work a lot on mental health of the children, and to educate parents a lot about it.
Absolutely.
Are closed where mental health is. We talk about, like, we know that if we are not well physically, we have some cold, fever, we run to a doctor, right? We do not think that mental health is more important. We know.
Yeah, absolutely not. Yes, correct.
Also, and more than what you run physically.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can take a crocin, you can take a paracetamol, you can do that at home.
Yeah.
For mental health, you do not have a training. You're not a professional. You're not qualified.
Right.
And as a parent, you need to know this thing that, yes, your child needs something. So let's go for it.
Right.
This we are going to take time. But I think after this pandemic, things are going to change.
Yeah.
The things are changing, and parents are realizing more and more the need of mental health of their children. So we have, as I was telling you about the Bal Sati program, we have this. Then we have different things, like we have Know Your Brain.
Okay.
So in this, we choose some good videos to show to our children, right? We choose a Jay Shetty video, right?
Yeah. Motivational videos and these things.
And all inspirational videos that our counselors find out. So we choose those videos, we show it to children, we talk about it with children, right? So that's a class that we take with them.
Right.
Your brain is that particular part that we do. Other than that, and we have turned to scriptures also.
Okay.
Believe that. So we have done entire Gita Sar with our children.
Wow.
Every chapter, all the chapters in Gita, we have gone through them, and we spoke to our children about it. And we are sure that we are not talking about religion. It's not that.
No, of course not.
It's the real culture that we are talking about.
Absolutely.
Everybody attends them. Everybody is this thing. And, it makes a big difference in a child's life. Scriptures, when you go through it, because I also love so much when those teachers are teaching, and I'm also there in the session. So we had every day, we do something like this. Then we take stories from other scriptures.
Okay.
It can be a story of Gautam Buddha. It can be a story from Jesus' life.
Jesus Christ.
From Muhammad's life. And Ramayan, we do a lot of stories. We do entire Ram Leela stories.
Yes.
Right. And that, okay, like when you talk about Ram, and when you think that how Ram had to leave his home, right? He was bound to, but he himself went ahead and did it. So your parents, what is the importance of obedience? What is it? Self-discipline. What is it? Obedience to your elders. Right.
Absolutely.
Something for them. So we go to this, and we teach our children. So there are a lot of things like this we keep doing.
Absolutely, ma'am.
And at their different age, Panchtantra, Jatak Kathaएं.
Oh yes, they're very important.
When there are younger children, the primary, pre-primary.
Love those books. Yes.
We go to that.
So speaking of books, the institutions like library, they are closed. They can't be put online. I mean, not like the online classes are there.
Right.
So how are you managing, this relationship with books? Because that's very important.
Yes. So we have this program. There's a program called RAS Plus, right?
RAS, okay.
Reading, yes, it's a very good reading program which we have taken for our children. So we definitely try and take different programs which are there, and people come, and something which can help children, we go for it. So this RAS is all a reading program.
Yeah.
So you just type a word on it, and you will find a book on it.
Oh, wow, wonderful.
Yes. And there are sessions. The teachers have been trained. All our teachers have been trained.
Right.
So we do this. So we started experimenting it with our primary school. Yeah. And when we saw this program, so we are doing it ourselves for a senior. Many books are there online now. Yeah. You have free books also, and teachers, we purchase from school side. We purchase many books. So, like for a particular class, when we talk about a library period, so we have that book is open, children are reading it,
Yeah.
and go and click on any book and read it. Then
Right.
we have a discussion on the book. So we are running a normal library
Yeah.
class like that, so that the reading habit does not go. And then we have this dear program, drop everything and read, right?
Wow.
So
Dear.
that is, yes. And so we have that also. We did that in school when everybody was there. So in that particular time, we'll make sure that the school peon is also reading.
Oh, okay.
So the entire
Wonderful.
schools read. Anybody who's anybody, the driver,
Right.
read something, right?
Right.
So so that is what we used to do. So we try the same thing online also. Everybody,
Yeah.
teachers also read and the
Yeah.
students also read. Just that they do something different, right?
Right. Absolutely, ma'am.
They divert from the normal monotony of the life and do something very interesting and
Absolutely.
find out time for things like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said, earlier you talked about self-discipline, right?
Yes.
And this
Yes.
online learning was, thing of the corporate world where people are,
Right.
upskilling on their own. But now it's suddenly, everywhere. So do you think, what's your experience? Are students really committed to self-learning, or you have to keep a watch on them?
We have to keep a watch on them. Children are
Okay.
children. Children are children. So what I wanted to tell you about online, because so many things are being said, and it's the said about online
Yeah.
classes, and so many things are happening, right?
Right.
If I tell you, rather than we say that from destruction only something new comes. It's a fact, right? That
Yeah.
it's happening from disasters and from problems in life also, solutions also come,
Right.
and we learn something new. So online education was always there. Otherwise, from where do you have Vedantu and Byju's? What are they?
Yeah,
They are
they were before. Yeah, they were
they are
there.
on all online education
Yeah.
platforms. So it was there.
Yeah.
Actually, we were not, like we Indians take time to change our traditions and just take time to introduce ourselves to new
Yeah.
things. I will rather than invention, I will say it's a discovery.
Yeah.
We already had something, but we were not using it.
Right.
We have this ostrich-like existence, right? We have our head inside, and we feel the entire world, everything is fine, and we are
Right.
also doing fine. We are managing fine, and suddenly we have to wake up and take our head out and start looking at the world outside. That no, we
Right.
have to do something for ourselves.
Absolutely. And
Now I think online education, a lot of training has gone for teachers also.
okay.
See, they were not all the teachers were not experts in online
Right, of course.
teaching, right? Using everybody. I myself am not very tech savvy.
I was about to ask you that next. How are you with
Yes,
technology?
yes. I'm a very bookish person. I love reading. It's my hobby,
Wonderful.
passion. So if anything, right, I was a person that if anything will happen, I will ask you this particular thing, print and give it to me. I will work with it, right? I was this. So I knew everything. I have done my end user computing course and everything, right? I've learned everything. But I'm telling you, ostrich existence, we know everything, but we are not using it. So suddenly we do not have a choice. And so we all have this thing honed our skills and have become very tech savvy. So this is the advantage, I think, which has come out of everything, that we have become better. And teachers have learned a lot. And what I learned, that students had become teachers and teachers have become learners. What has happened in the beginning? Like I remember the first time when the lockdown happened in the month of March, on 23rd March. And we know that we started our online classes from 25th. We started the process.
Okay.
Because I knew that the school has to be open in April. And when we go online to open us and everything, so we are going to face problem. Children also and the teachers also. So we started our practice session.
Okay.
Right? So every day teachers will go online and bridge the gap course with children. So children have different problems. It's not working. This is happening. So we started on Zoom. So we should be thankful to Zoom. I know a lot of problems happened, the controversies.
No, absolutely. Yes, you're correct.
We were on Zoom, has been a big helper to us. So it started. So by the time we opened the school in April, everybody was trained.
Yeah.
My seniors in the school, my 11th and the 12th, they came forward that, ma'am, will teach we'll teach our teachers.
Okay. Wow. So they train teachers.
Yes, they train teachers.
Wonderful.
So we had these sessions and we loved those sessions and had real fun time with children. I think this pandemic has brought teacher and a student, a child and a teacher, very close.
Okay.
It has become very good. We have become more like a family.
Yeah.
Though it's virtual existence that we talk about, but I think it is more real than real.
Absolutely, ma'am.
It has become more real than real, and we actually learned the importance of the real world finally, which we never realized before, right?
Absolutely.
Of meeting, the importance of sitting together, importance of being really
Yes, absolutely.
to face. So we now know the importance of all these things, but we learned it through virtual world.
Absolutely. That's
I
kind
think
of the irony, inherent irony
that's
of
the
that.
irony of the entire situation, that virtual world has taught you the importance of the real world, right?
That's wonderful. That's an insight. Yes.
So this is how. So then students have taught teachers, and the rapport between between a student and a teacher is
Yeah.
better. Where the children were first a little bit afraid of asking their problems, they'll sit quietly. Now they are not quiet.
Yeah.
They feel free to ask questions. The learning has become better.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Learning is at the end of the day solving out whatever inside you is a problem. You need to sort it out. You need to come out with it and ask it. So now that has become better. So now tomorrow, when we're in a classroom, we'll be 100% better than what we are right now.
Of course, of course.
Then comes the era of blended learning. And
blended learning. Absolutely. So if I ask you, I mean, not all the subjects are equal. Not all the subjects are taught, the same way. So what subject would you say is having your teachers having the most trouble with through this online medium?
I can't think of, because nobody is having trouble. Yeah, the little bit trouble I can tell you should be with our physical education classes.
Of course.
Otherwise, if you talk of academics, I think we are going fine, and no teacher is facing any problem. We are able to do corrections also, online corrections, and assessments. We already were online. We were pretty much online before this has happened. Our children were also used to technology that way. We had this Genius Corner thing, something like Byju's. So we had after once in a week, every child used to go to our common room, which is a computer room with class strength, like 50 computers, where every child goes and gives us an assessment of what chapter in all 4 major subjects. They will go and give a assessment about what they were doing in the entire week, how much they have understood, and that's them that that their understanding is only 40% or 60%, or this is the place where they do not know. There'll be a video thrown to explain. So our children were quite online that way. So that was not a very big problem for us when we went online.
Okay. So if I rephrase this question in terms of seniors, because they have labs, chemistry labs, physics labs, and all these labs. So how are these things taking place online?
See, now I think this last year, what happened that when the government allowed us to open this thing, so we didn't do practicals very much, right?
We showed
them the videos, right? And things that they could, like some chemicals which are actually can be found at home, right?
Wonderful.
Those things were manageable. So
baking sodas and all.
We did manage at home. Some physics practical thing like electricity and the plugs and the switch that could be done at home. We did that. We tapassed doing those things that the children keep learning. The learning process is on. So when the schools were open and the senior children were allowed by the government to come to school, so we had all our physics, all the practicals, chemistry, physics. We had everything in the school.
During that time.
So we finished all our practicals before this lockdown happened, and this again second wave has fully come or something. We finished with our practicals and everything.
Right. That's wonderful. Wonderful. So, ma'am, speaking of you as an administrator, you must have joined so many online classes. You must have, overseen those classes. I mean, how are kids responding? Can you tell us any incidents? I mean, we are seeing these funny videos where kids do some certain crazy stuff. So has anything like that happened to you as well?
Yes. Kids do a lot of once I was not. My teacher asked me, ma'am, are you online? I'm saying good afternoon, good morning, and you're not responding because I'm not online. So some senior student has with my name created an ID. Naturally, when a teacher sees my name, naturally they leave everything. They allow me in the in the room. So this sort of things have also happened. And but yes, no student has been indisciplined.
Wonderful.
Done anything like that. But yes, once like some they came with some different. We also learned through this. So some child the music, blaring music was a small incident like this. So once, so, but then they also are out of it now. So they are also comfortable. Children have to try these things. Otherwise they won't be children.
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
And we have to give them all chances in life to be everything.
Absolutely.
Mistakes, right?
Right. Right.
Also an experience. So I don't think so. Yes, one thing, many times the children will feel that ma'am is not asking me a question.
I was about to ask you this question of
Yes,
attention. Are teachers
yes,
giving enough attention? Yes.
yes. So now what I find, the teachers are able to give more attention in virtual
Okay.
classrooms than in this thing.
Physical setup. Yeah.
Race is very much there on the screen this time now.
Okay.
You're physically teaching, you're turned towards the blackboard, you're writing something there,
Yes. You don't know what's
both
happening.
the
Yeah.
thing. So now what happens that here online when a child raises a hand, teacher has to this thing. So now teacher has all the children in front of her, so see, okay, everybody understood, and she's watching also who's paying attention, who's not paying attention.
Right.
She's watching the same screen.
Yeah.
She's there,
Yeah.
and children are by the side, not behind her. So I
Right.
think sort of situation has also helped, and I think children are getting more attention than
Right.
usual. Now, one more thing which is happening, that okay, we're finding some child is not understanding. So we used to have the system of remedial classes
Okay.
in the school. So now those physical remedial classes was that the child has to leave some activity.
Okay.
We'll
Yeah.
use the library period. We'll
Yeah.
use sports, which they used to hate. If you take a PT period for remedial, they will not.
Of course, they were not like, yeah.
They were not happy. So I had to do a lot of convincing. Okay, you extra 1 hour the other
Right.
day. Prepare for it now. Your exam is coming. Then finish this, and then definitely you'll get. So I used to do this, and but now there is not there online. So they are very nicely taking remedial class. They are not disturbing any class also. And
That's wonderful.
are enjoying their physical education classes also very much.
Yeah.
All the teachers are there, and as I told you that we are very our USP is sports, right?
Yeah.
We are a sports oriented school, and physical activity is very important in our school.
Right.
So we have 16 coaches in school.
Oh,
right?
for different sports.
Yes, every different sport. So
Okay.
right now, so what they do is that together they are making sure that every
Right.
child should be getting once some activity.
Yes, of
So
course.
we have everyday sports classes.
That's wonderful.
Right? So we come up with a module that evening time we keep children busy doing this. That's what we
Right.
did last year during the time when
Right.
a huge lockdown was there. So we continued with the children like that.
That's wonderful, ma'am. And would we see a future where there is going to be a blend of online and offline
Definitely.
classes? I mean, let's say
Definitely.
30 students are present in the class and 15 are joined, online, have joined online. So would we see anything like that where schools are actually reaching out
I
to?
wish, I honestly wish it doesn't happen like that.
Okay.
The reason being, you know what, that this generation is a lazy generation, if you ask me, right?
Right.
These generation children, we need to make efforts to get some activities done by
Physical activities, right?
I will not blame children at all for this.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is the time of evolution of laptops and games.
Technologies, yes.
Technology
AI,
and the PS4s and Xbox 360 and all. So I played everything. If you want to be, if you want to win them, you have to be a part with them. So
that's wonderful, man.
Game. Right, and I used to play. I've played with my students also. I'll be in all.
You've tried all these things like PUBGs and all.
Tried everything. Right?
Wow.
Tried everything. So I could talk to them in their own language.
That's so impressive.
Because when I got to know that the children are getting so busy with this PS4 and these days it's Call on Duty, right?
Yeah.
So I'm playing that also.
That's amazing.
So when you get to know that there's something that if you want to reach the heart of a child, you really want to do something for children, then you have to understand them rather than telling them you're wrong all the time. This will not work at all with children.
Correct.
You need to understand them. So I thought we are telling them that you should give particular time to it, and why you're not controlling yourself. I thought, am I able to control myself?
Yeah.
I went on playing and I was not able to.
Yeah.
Honestly. It is like, okay, let me just play one more game and I'll do better.
Okay.
I'll do better than this.
Yeah.
So this happened. Then I trained myself. Then I my children. Right. I said that that I also went through this thing. I understand you. Yeah. That when your parents are complaining me that you are not listening to them at home and you are sitting so many hours playing the game. I said, I understand that. The only thing I want to tell you, this is the way that you can control yourself. Right?
Wow.
This is what I did for myself. So you also follow this and see that you can try and you'll feel better. Right? Megha, this is not the only hobby you have. There are many things like to do other than this. So
Absolutely
try your
correct.
hand on everything. Just life is just going away.
Yeah.
Stick to one thing. Go and try everything that you can.
Right. Right. That's
So,
wonderful.
many
Wonderful.
things. So I feel that that's why I'm telling you the main thing, that the children are quite lazy, because all these things are the ones which you have to do sitting.
Yeah.
Sitting in
You have
one.
to sit idle. Correct.
In our time, though, we were like all the time on the roads, and our parents won't even know where we are.
Yes. Roaming around the city. Yes.
We'll enter home at 9 o'clock when we are very hungry. That, okay,
Yes.
please give food, mummy. And we are playing hide and seek. We are running. We are playing
Yeah.
cricket. We are playing football. I don't know what all we did.
Hmm.
This gulli danda.
Yeah. Running around. Basically.
Right? We are running
Nothing.
around
Yeah.
all the time. But
Yeah.
these children, when we only did not. If a parent says something, and if I, as a parent, would like to say,
Yeah.
they were the one who's responsible if I did not teach them what is hide and seek.
Absolutely.
And the thing is, the times have changed so much, Shubham. What is happening, that you become overprotective about children.
Yeah.
That is the problem that we face, that as a parent, we have become overprotective. We decided that we should not say no to our children.
That's a problem. Big problem.
It's about the child asking something, and we have to do anything and get that thing for child.
Right.
ये हमारा थोड़ा सा generation का problem हुआ.
Yes. We see
We have
such
spoiled
kids
our
all
children.
around us. Yes. Yeah.
I think we have spoiled our children quite a lot. So I just, when a parent comes, I just simply say that something that you have done, please don't blame children.
Right.
You who have done it, that is a result of it. So you also have to work very hard to change things. Child cannot change things.
Absolutely.
They
Absolutely.
did what we gave them.
Yeah.
Right? Like a very simple example, I'll tell you that that when we had interactions with nursery KG children, right? Parents come with, and we are meeting, and we're simply sitting and talking, and the child is like, "Mummy, this and that." The mother just took out the mobile and gave it to the child.
Yeah.
That is where the problem has come.
Right. Yeah. Speaking in that, Roald Dahl terminology, like Veruca salt.
To make ourselves comfortable.
Yes, absolutely.
To make ourselves comfortable, we worked through easy way. We got easy way out.
Absolutely correct.
Okay, rather than sitting and diverting the child doing something else, okay, come, I'll do this. We gave them so that we are free to do what we have to do. So this mentality has affected us quite a lot.
Absolutely, this easy way out thing. I mean, we can clearly see that you're not afraid of trying new things. But if I ask you, where in life you're taking, easy way out, what's the one thing that you want to change about yourself?
I have to become more active. I tell you that I have this since childhood. I have been a yoga person.
Okay, since childhood.
Okay. Has taught me, yes. I think I was 6 years old. Since then, I'm doing yoga regularly.
Okay.
It is my father who taught me everything. He is a big person, big this thing, and pranayam and all this. Now it has become a big thing. So I'm doing it since then, right? But on and off.
Not regularly.
I'm also basically, not regular. Oh, okay, let it be. Let's not do it today, right? Okay, I can take a gap one day. It doesn't matter. फिर वो 1 day, 2 days हो ही जाते हैं शुभम, बता रही हूँ मैं. ऐसा होता है. So I think where I am concerned, I think I need to become more active in these things, and then I have learned to take things easy.
I mean,
move, Shubham. I'm a person who needs to do something constantly.
Yeah, you're conscientious.
Yes, like my mind has to be occupied all the time. I can't sit idle for a second also. Right. If I am not, I'm not working about some new thing that can be done with children, and let's do this thing new, and what is new in the world. Then I'm doing a cleaning.
Okay.
Put a time that I can just sit down and relax, right? So I'm training myself to do that now. So this is one thing which is, I think, I take an easy way out and I do what I want to do.
That's wonderful.
We need to relax. Life is just passing by. I wanted to speak to my parents, children, and anybody who listens to this, that give time to yourself. It's very important for us.
That's wonderful, man.
As we see what is happening around us, life has no meaning, Shubham. And as I told you that mine was a love marriage. And
it's so good to hear that. Yeah.
And I lost my husband 2 years ago.
Oh.
And
sorry for your loss. Yes.
We were just walking, and we were so compatible together. I mean, we were best of friends more than anything else. So that changed my way of since I'm I think grieving is something which is forever.
Yeah,
In what I'm
I'm
telling
sure.
you,
Yeah,
you smile, you laugh, you talk, you go out, but that missing never goes from you. This is my personal thing. It is 2 years, and this is where I am still there, right? So I believe that you just understand the importance of life that you have,
yeah,
right? So now I what I do that first I was living alone. He was living in his life. I was living mine. Now I have to live for two people.
that's absolutely. That's so beautiful to
Right.
say that.
Right. So I live for two people now. So I try and do the things that he used to do. Right. So I'm finding time for myself to do those things.
Right.
And that is what I want to, the importance of life.
Yeah.
Then the pandemic happened. It's now almost going on since it's going to be
Yeah, it's second year. We are in the second year.
second,
Yes.
this thing, second year we are.
Mm.
And I believe that we all need to realize that we have come alone and we are going to go alone. Right. We are here, the little bit time that we have in this journey. I don't know. I always feel we're in some journey.
Yeah.
We started from somewhere, we're on a way here in this life, and
Yeah.
we're on.
Right.
So till the time that we are here in this life, we have to give time to ourselves. And we have to find happiness in small, small things that we have. And just be you. That's the most important thing to do in life.
Right.
Just be you.
That's so beautiful, ma'am. And we'd like to thank you for your time. You gave such an amazing, inspirational talk. I mean, to all of us, to your students, to the parents, to everyone involved. And lastly, can you tell us about your favorite books? I mean, as you read, you can tell your students to read these books.
Yes, for the Chelsea, I'm a very fiction type of person.
Okay.
And I am a big Jeffrey Archer person.
Thriller, you like thrillers? Okay.
Yes, I'm both. I like Mills and Boone as much as I like.
That's
So rather, I will tell you, I read anything which is in front of me.
wonderful.
Right, I find a book and I read it. So right now I'm reading a very good book, The Brain.
The Brain, okay.
Yes, and I suddenly find myself very because I had to counsel so many children.
Right.
I think, and I'm doing a course on counseling right now. Right,
Okay.
child psychology, how to counsel a child. I'm taking a course online on this. I told you, I never sit idle. I start doing something. So so this book that I'm reading,
Yep.
it gives such insight about the difference between the brain and the mind.
Okay.
Right.
It's interesting.
And
yes.
how you better save. So I would really want everybody who can understand that. I think children are too young to understand it right now.
Right.
Maybe my seniors and the children, the people who will be watching it. It's a very good book.
Yeah.
And we should we should read it whenever we can find time. And
yeah.
for anybody reading a book, it should be according to their taste.
Right. Absolutely. Yes.
We should
we should not dictate. Yes.
Flavors of in our mind about reading.
Absolutely correct, ma'am.
Books according to the mind. And what I'm telling you, that in between people are getting very much addicted to Netflix and Prime Video and all this. A lot of this is happening.
Yeah,
and
a lot of video.
Many web series have come. I don't like watching web series. I don't have time for it. Rather, so I rather would read. So I want to tell them that if they like it, very good. Do it because you like it. You find out time to read. It makes a big difference in our life when we read something.
That's so amazing, ma'am. Thank you so much, Principal Magee, for your time. And
it was a pleasure, Shubham. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
We hope that you keep well and keep your students also, well. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was so nice talking to you. I felt that we are sitting together and chatting over a coffee.
Oh, yes, absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely.
The absolute feeling was like that only, that I'm speaking to some very good friend and able to discuss a lot of things.
Oh, absolutely. We'd love to have you over again. And we can.
It will be a pleasure anytime, Shubham. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And thank you everyone for joining us. I'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you, everyone. I hope I've not bored you with too much. When it comes to children and being a teacher, we speak more. One thing which comes to us, and we want to share whatever possible. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.